Got a lovely set today. I've got 3 pairs. I have a pair of collies and a pair of jacks. Where is he? And a pair of whippets. 3 pairs. So if I was on a casino right now, I'd be doing well. I don't know what those games are. I used to work in one, but I just made the drinks and sandwiches. I'm not a gambler. So, thought for today. It's quite a good one. It's a huge topic, and I've brought it up before, and I've come back to it. It's about trust. So if we have the understanding that all successful, cooperative, productive collaborations are built with trust and respect, then we understand that trust is half of that. It's everything. It's a big thing. If you don't have trust, you've got nothing to anchor to. You've nothing to connect with. How do you connect if you don't trust? So, as it happens, we have 2 whippets, so a little bit of human trust issue there, plus the white collie. So looking at trust from a dog's point of view, and this collie here, a little bit of trust issues. And Ernie, come on. He's sniffing. Ernie, not so much trust issues with people, but with dogs. So where you have a trust issue, good boy, this one here, he's a good boy. Yeah, you can go again now. So when dogs have a trust issue, it's debilitating for them enough, bear in mind they can't speak or tell anyone, but it is debilitating enough that those issues will be clearly visible through their behaviours. And then I might get a call. Honestly, these boys are amazing. They go down really steep slopes, they go off ramps, they've built all their own space to cycle down. It's great. And lovely guys as well. If I come across anybody on bikes when I've got the dogs, we say hello. No one's having dramas with anyone. Everyone's happy. So everyone's passionate. They're doing the thing that they want to do. No one wants to upset each other's flow or energy or enjoyment or happiness. We all want that for each other. So going back to the dogs and their trust issues, if I'm called out for a dog that has a behavioural issue, the first thing I'm looking at is the trust factor for that dog. Now, for the dog, in order to ever get over that, it really needs to establish trust with the owner, because the owner needs to guide them through that. You can't force a dog with a trust issue to trust. You can't coerce them into trusting. You can't persuade them. You can't trick them. They're going to trust you when you're trustworthy. And because they all want to feel good, they don't want trust issues, they don't ask for it, they don't create it. It happens to them through a series of events. And it's certainly not a series of events because of evil people beating them. That is not my experience with the animals I worked with. They may well be like my whippet there. Severe trust issue of humans that he would use his teeth on them. He's been my dog for a long time now, and he's done that one time, and I could see why he did it, and I could feel the energy that created it to happen, And I can't say that I disagree with his response. And when he did that response, and I asked him to stop, come back to me, he did. He was respectful. I trusted his judgment. I was right to. So this dog who had trust issues with people, it was because he had lovely owners. They were really nice. And they have another dog now, and they're still really nice, and everyone's happy. He felt that because they were very sweet, they didn't have the power required to be a guide for him. They didn't have that. So he was in, oh look, he was just in protective mode. He was anxious with people. So when we resolve a trust issue with the dog, they may have a trust issue that applies blanket across stuff. So with him, blanket, people, no, don't want to deal with him. That was his issue. It was everybody. There wasn't one incident with one person that kicked it off. Some dogs will have a trust issue with one person that kicks it off, or a type of person. And if they come across that energy again, maybe a man in a hat and a stick, whatever, depends where they come from. Often that might be the case if they've come from Ireland, as is with my collie there, Bonnie. Bonnie! Bonnie! Good girl. So hers were particular issues. So when I gained the trust of these dogs, I went through situations with them that might cause them to have a trust issue, and I maintained my composure, my confidence, my decision making. I maintained everything regular, so they could choose to trust this situation. Now that they had a guide trusting it, they could choose to follow that and also trust the situation. And lo and behold, they make that choice, the right choice to trust, and then they don't display their issues. They're more than happy to get over their issues. So we have to pose this question of trust with people. So I have a good relationship with the dogs. I have a good relationship with children, and I have no trust issues. I don't actually have trust issues. Can always trust her to find something to play with. She's literally just found that now, so I'll put that in my pocket, otherwise I'm going to leave the other toy. We can't do two toys at once, can we? Go and find it. Go find it. She's a good girl. She's also a little bit nervous about people, but you know, we've had no issues. We've had bikers go past. There's another one to our right now, just standing on his phone or having a drink of water. She's noticed him. She's not bothered. We're all happy. They're joining the energy that makes them feel good. So gaining trust with the dogs works miracles. They're really happy to come into balance and find trust again very, very fast. You just have to be trustworthy. You just need to give them the option, and I promise you they take it every time. So again, with people, we would assume we're all mammals, we're all capable of caring and wanting to feel stable, and understanding that it's not a great thing to destabilise other people. So I had a conversation with someone, and he said, if someone has a trust issue, then is it their fault that they can't trust, or the person that they're with, they're displaying the issue to, that must realise that they can't trust? Who is responsible? I thought, wow, that's a really, really complicated thought, isn't it? Someone has to take responsibility. It's easy with me and the dogs. I'm a human, I take responsibility for them. It's a given. If I'm with somebody who has a trust issue and they don't trust me, yet I am showing my trustworthiness, maybe I show it for 4.5 years, for example, this would be a true case, and that person is insistent they're still going to have trust issues because of something and someone else in the past. I don't believe that the person who's presented with this trust issue person has the capability of enabling that person to just develop trust out of anywhere. It's like in that conversation I came to a conclusion that the person with trust issues has some kind of responsibility first off, that they recognise that issue and where it's come from, and then they're one step to keeping that issue to what it really is, rather than sort of spreading it out. So yes, unfortunately people are very complex in their mind, and the ego will play a lot of tricks, or that's what I read. I'm not sure about that in a personal way. I think I'm going to go back to the water because Bruce needs to get the mud off his paws. I'm not entirely convinced that if people are not going to take responsibility for self, that anyone else can do it for them. I've had many opportunities to have trust issues, and there are people I don't trust. They're very well known to me for a long time, and I've chosen. It's a choice, a conscious choice, to make that so I don't tar everyone else with someone else's brush. Do you know what I mean? Because someone has betrayed me doesn't mean that everyone else that's like them is going to betray me. So in that conversation, I think I happened upon the point that it is both people's responsibility. The one who has the issues must understand they have the issues, and their part in that, not to let it flow into the present, into the now, which will then affect the future. That's never going to work. And it's the responsibility of the person with the trust issues to understand that they can't do that job for them. They can't make something right for them that they're not helping make right for themselves. So it's a twofold thing. Relationships are about two people. My relationship with a dog is mine and the dog's relationship. We both have a responsibility, and the same with people. So, interesting one. For everyone that has issues and trusting with people, I really do urge you to keep those issues focused where they came from. The problem the solution to the problem has to go to where it came from. It's probably not going to come from anywhere else. And of course, if you're blessed enough to maintain a comfortable position outside of those that can't be trusted, then obviously the sensible thing to do is go to the spaces and the places and the people and the situations where there are no issues, and there's plenty of those, which is why I spend my time with them all the time. You know, I make my choice. Who can I trust and respect? Ernie, we can trust him to go and have a bark up. Ernie, come along. So, yes, trust issues. We all have them. Do we all pass them on? Or do we attempt to deal with them in a sensible way so as they don't affect the now and the potential future? So this is why things in the past, they need to be resolved or walked away from. And we focus on the now, because the now brings us the future. The fact that she put that frisbee there now means potentially in the future she's going to be able to chase it in the water. I don't know if it might sink though. Let's see. Still not sure. She was so fast guessing it. Have a lovely day and be authentic. It's the only way to maintain integrity and trust in self. At the end of the day, you have to know that you trust yourself. If you trust yourself... Hi! If you trust yourself, then likelihood is you're gonna make the best potential for yourself in the now and the future. So yeah, do the right thing for you and for the beings around you. Have trust, develop trust, and be confident to trust. You may well be very, very happily surprised.